a bikini. She needs to be half naked.
Yeah.
For whose pleasure? For whatever reason. I've seen videos where rich guys with plenty of money will be sitting like in a nice couch and throwing money around, and there are naked women around him dancing. And I'm always saying that if you reverse that, looking at a woman sitting there with all the money, and there are guys all naked playing around her. Where is that? When it comes to sport coats, when it comes to sport coats, beach volleyball, women play it in bikinis. Men play with shorts down to the knee. When it comes to netball, they wear the smallest, skimpiest mini skirts. Now with tights nowadays. I don't know what it was like before. Men playing their sports coat. You never wonder. Tennis. A woman playing tennis, we see her underwear all the time. Men playing tennis, they get on the court and go off the court without ever you seeing what was the color of his underwear. It's all entrenched, normalized.
Yes. I just had one idea when you said the reversal. I think there's only one country in this world that when it comes to prostitution has legalized prostitution for the woman, but the illegal act is done by the man, client.
Yeah.
So that would be my law reform suggestion for Namibia. You can still have prostitution illegal, but make the woman's part legal and make the man's part illegal, if you really want to have it illegal.
Yeah.
Although I would say legalization would make the whole thing safe.
Yeah, that will.
But why don't we?
Form of business.
Yeah, you see.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, because if you say for this part and for that part, you will go against Article 10 again of the Constitution. So I think it does make sense a little bit when I listen to it, but legally now I don't know how that is going to.
But just imagine.
I mean the equality before the law.
That
the law shall apply equally to all persons.
But why is it not applying to where we are?
Now? And that's why I want to come to
whether for females or for males. You know, if you do this for females, it should apply equally to male again.
But what we do to women right now, we don't think
the
like that.
The societal part, yes. Of course, I mean, and that's the interesting part because I mean, if you look at the intention of the law, and then you look at the loopholes in the law also, which then allows certain people also to perpetrate. You have the law which is there. It's there. But what happens in society? Even
I just want Ben to put his shoes on the table again. Is that the law? I'm just asking. Because the law works at certain points and then certain points it doesn't.
The law...
if the table wants to get up, it can't.
This is an object. An object cannot apply the law. For the law to act, somebody needs to make an application to it. So that's why, again, we go back to square one. This is an object. You understand? And an object cannot stand up for itself.
And the woman,
but who is objectified?
You understand? So he has total control over whatever he wants to do with it.
I'm actually feeling uncomfortable doing it. But because I think this is the point where we need to go to. We need to go to in this conversation to realize that what I'm doing is wrong. And noticing that I'm uncomfortable. Because for me, it was totally normal to take the scenic drive and to laugh about it and so forth. Until that point where that friend of mine was like, "Hey, sexy!" through the window, and I'm like,
and realized that
something is wrong.
What
is? And now that you are talking about the chair not having, the table not having a voice, part of me feels uncomfortable doing that to this currently object in our analogy, and I'm feeling like, no, I can't continue doing this. And I think this is the point where we need to reach,
and
and with the law also say. I need to realize this is against the law.
Yes, precisely.
And I must stop this.
And that being standard.
Or we must turn this person in. We must tell this person he did this to our daughter, to whatever, or this teacher, he can't get away with what he did, or that husband beating his wife. Yes, although we want peace in the neighborhood, but no.
And maybe that is where the discussion needs to go, to that type of discussion. Maybe to say, I appreciate you and I love you in the form of who you are. If you feel like you want to hit the gym, hit the gym. If you feel like not wanting to hit the gym, I'm also happy with how you look. And is that the type of conversations we should have?
We need to have that. Because we need to find the ways to upgrade our sense of seeing women for who they are.
Yes. And on that, maybe I would like also to come in there. Well, it's a very valid and necessary question because a lot of problems we have today. Remember that your private or your personal life is the most important life to fix first before you can think about your, the rest of your life. And many relationships, number one, when I say relationships, I'm talking about intimate relationships, boyfriends and girlfriends, and even into married people's lives. It goes into homes. Today we have all these relationships broken. Broken because of objectification. Because a lot of men feel that they are not satisfied at home anymore. They think, I have enough with this eating macaroni every day. I need to go and eat some rice. You understand? Because, you see, I'm not getting, and that's the problem. It's a problem. It starts there. My biggest fear that I have when you ask that question, that in our Namibian setup, where are we going to? I'm afraid for our youngsters, because we are busy training our boys, we are busy training our girls on objectification, teaching, our girls. Nowadays, a little girl you send her to go to the tuck shop to buy a packet of soup. They will say, no, but Daddy, I did not wash my face. But Daddy, I'm dirty. They are already aware of how to look good in public. And that's a problem already. So even your young boy at home already knows at what type of girl to look at. Because they know what is beautiful. At that point that Uncle G mentioned earlier, of that we are all objectified.
Absolutely.
He taught me one or two things because we must be able to differentiate between positive objectification. For me, that one would the intention in my mind for calling my wife beautiful after dressing up when we are going to church. And also the beauty that I might say to someone in the professional presentability. Standing in front of people, you are expected to actually appear in certain type of professional way. Now, I think it opens up another can of worms that we should also learn to classify.
And I think the key thing is, for me, in relationships, to really, let's move from a power over thinking to having a power with dynamic. And in our society, we have lots of power over dynamics. At the workplace, in politics, in planning, in whatever we do, there's always this kind of top-down approach. I think that is something that we really need to shift in our relationships.
Yes.
Second, I think, especially for men, just to have that process of awareness that I was talking about. I think this is like a key to step out of it. For instance, if you walk down the street and then like, oh, there's a woman. Where do I look? Do I look there? Or do I look her in the eyes? And just force yourself to look a woman in the eyes then. Or if she walks with another guy, just look also the guy in the eye. Like just notice, notice your own thinking.
Eye contact.
Ben. No, but I'm serious. So it's a small things. And then lastly, and that's, I'm a father of a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And the one is a girl, the one is a boy. And I'm realizing that I really don't want to put them in those early boxes. And I know that I think girls are told about 10 times more to be careful, watch out, hold back, than boys at an early age. And then there's so much conditioning taking place. And I really feel that as boys, we talk about cooking and beauty, that's like womanish things. But in actual fact, I believe in our generation and the next generation, younger generations, being able to cook as a man is a competitive advantage in the world of dating. So you really need to be flexible, and
Absolutely.
cooking is a role. As much as, being dominant or being submissive, it's a role you should be playing with. And that's why I love what Uncle G said about have a double check. Like, how would it look like if the tables are turned?
Absolutely.
Do I still feel comfortable? Then it's cool doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Do I not feel comfortable? Maybe I should stop it.
Absolutely.
Or change it.
Yeah. Gentlemen, we're really pressed for time and I'm really getting into the topic right now.
Because
we're really unpacking a lot, and I believe that is where the discussion needs to go to.
Yes.
And, I love what you brought up now, how we condition the girl child and the boy child, but also as parents, how exemplary are we in today's society?
Precisely.
Yeah, and I love what you said now. If a girl, she sends someone to go buy a packet of soup. I remember, as a boy, you just run bare feet,
you don't.
Even my little ones, they're running now. First need to make sure the edges are intact and they dress the part. For who? Because of what society has objectified. And hence we see cases like rape. Hence women feel, but it's my skirt, And in turn, if we had a woman here, she would feel, but am I not allowed to wear my skirt? Why is it that this man is objectifying me as a woman wearing my skirt the way, whether long, tall, or short as I wanted? Gentlemen, I'm going to start with Uncle G. Last words from you.
Objectification comes through anytime we as human beings, at all the different levels, personal, family levels, national level, we still give emphasis and impetus to looking good. When we say you look good, we are objectifying. It is as innocent as that.
Yeah.
And it can be as cruel and crude and ruthless and traumatic as guys who rape. Not only just guys who rape, but guys who gang rape. When you have 3, 4, 5 guys raping one woman, she has stopped being a woman totally. She has become an object for their satisfaction, for their pleasure. So we, as men, seriously need to do a whole lot more. And not just react to when things are that cruel. But even here, when things look normalized, when you find a guy, I'm objectifying again, you are finding a guy who says, an ordinary looking guy, who finds a woman, he finds her to be very beautiful. And he feels a need to tell her, you are so beautiful. What gives him the right to tell her? How does she need to hear from him? And when she says, I don't care, he feels offended. Because he's entitled to her, to tell her whatever. So we objectify without boundaries, where we are as men.
Absolutely.
And so and that's what we do. Innocently, we exchange pictures of those nice models in bikinis and wherever. Give it to your best guys. They know who will appreciate this. The eating. We talk about women as a piece of food. When do we talk about men as a piece of food? So we have a lot of work to do. Even though we may not cover and overcome all the obstacles, we have a lot of work to do from within.
Absolutely. Ben, last words from you?
I just agree with him.
Okay.
Okay.
Pause for now.
For me, I would like to say the following. First of all, as men, we need to become self-aware that what we do towards women, it comes with a lot of harm towards women. And on this point, I'm actually calling out men to learn how to become more gender sensitive. Now, for men to become gender sensitive, we need to be exposed to very important information. And it doesn't need to be that up high there. It starts with the basics. There are so many programs taking place in this country that has to do with awareness raising. Awareness raising where topics of gender matters are being discussed. Now, many organizations, including our organization, came up with many programs aimed at addressing issues of GBV in Namibia, and this is through awareness raising.
Yeah.
And we are organizing many programs across this country. Many awareness programs taking place in this country always or most of the time have a gender aspect in them. Men should learn to attend these programs.
Yeah.
Men should develop an attitude of finding interest in matters that are affecting a day-to-day life of everyone. As men, we must understand that we are equal beings when it comes to the characteristics of what a human being is. We both have feelings. We have feelings, we have emotions, we have needs and wants. Everybody has something, an area where they want to see themselves. We must realize that both men and women are equally important as human beings. And on this basis, we must learn to treat each other in a dignified manner.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much.
I now know my final remarks.
Okay.
No, because, and men should do so for their own benefit.
Yeah.
Because I'm going back to my table now. If I imagine now having had an hour with 3 tables, it would be a very boring conversation for me as a man.
Yeah.
But because I saw the 3 of you, I noticed like we have a conversation, we see each other as people. We had a fruitful conversation. I had fun. I learned a lot. I had a great benefit.
Yeah.
So if we could turn that object, what we see as an object, into a whole person and go into a full exchange and also allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to be this, to be, mutual.
Yeah.
We as men benefit from it.
Absolutely.
Because we become more than just the small defined role that we are in.
Do unto others what you would like others to do unto you. It's a very powerful
And you'll
There you
gain
go.
from it, exactly.
Yes.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me right here. Do unto others what you would like to have done unto you. Thank you so much for joining me on our subject. She's a nice piece of meat on our 6th episode. Now, thank you so much to Regain Trust, also to Men Engage Men Namibia Network, as well as the United Nations Population Fund. We also want to thank you for tuning in and for your comments as well. Please get to share this video and make sure that we get to engage in these types of conversations. If you're a man, if you seek help, we've got counseling numbers right here on the Regain Facebook page as well. Also, if you are silent about sexual violence that's happening in our society, get in touch with us. Do not condone it, because that means that you are pro-violence in this country. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Adriano Fisari.
Namibia is known for its beautiful wide open landscapes. However, these deserted spaces also pose numerous educational challenges in our country's rural areas. Because of this, many learners are denied access to proper teaching and learning. At EduVision, we believe that education is the starting point to a journey of endless possibilities.
Very soon, we are going to see e-learning. Soon and very soon, we are going to see.
The plan for EduVision was to identify areas in Namibia that do not have the proper learning resources, a working school or an education center.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see e-learning. No more dieting. No more dieting.
My name is Philip Smith. I'm the principal of Educate Academy in Otjiwarongo. The project EduVision, the e-learning program, started in 2017. With a project like this, obviously telecommunication, internet connection is a major thing that need to be sorted out, a logistical challenge. And the fact that we chose Chunkwe Secondary School as the first school didn't make it easier for ourselves. It's very far from Otjiwarongo, it's far from Windhoek. So the internet connection was a big challenge first of all. So with the help of the telecommunications expert Paratus, they made this dream come true with internet connections via Windhoek, Otjiwarongo to Chunkwe and then back, the whole process. Like I said, it's interactive whiteboard, so the internet speed, capacity of the connectivity and so forth plays a major role. And so Paratus made this dream come true, and they were on board from the first moment. So very grateful for Paratus.
The project offers teaching assistance of a high standard in science to rural secondary schools within the learner's own community by means of e-learning. This entails the following: live transmissions of lessons from an equipped teacher in a different location to the students in rural areas, students using their own cell phone, tablet or computer to recall each lesson, and interactive lessons as well as the use of a smartboard as a teaching aid.
So if you look ahead at the next 3 years, we get information from the Ministry of Education. The future is very bright. So I think there's a lot of schools who can benefit from this program. Like I mentioned before, finances obviously plays a major role in a project like this. So we're very thankful for all the sponsors that are on board and still on board after almost 3 years of the project. So as long as people from the private sector can get involved, I think we can reach many schools in Namibia, because this project made a good start now. We've already seen some positive results, and we can just call on all the private sector corporate sponsors to come on board and join in this very, very positive project.
It is EduVision's goal to prepare and guide learners in order to make the modern world they are living in accessible to all.
My name is Magdalena Nyoma. I'm 18 years old and I'm doing my first year at UNAM Commando campus, and I completed my grade 12 at Chunkwe Senior Secondary School. I'm doing education, so I'm gonna teach at Chunkwe Secondary School, because there I really need to go there and motivate the learners. EduVision helped me a lot. It assisted us in teaching for mathematics, physical science, and biology. And it also, we get to exchange learning from other schools like Educate, whereby they teach us, and that's the most thing that we benefited from. Studying without EduVision was so challenging. And when EduVision was introduced at our school, things become more easier. The time where EduVision was not introduced, we were so slow in learning. And when EduVision introduced at our school, my learning speed increases. Things were kind of boring, and when EduVision came, my mind changed the way I think. I'm really grateful for what EduVision gave us. Our class of 2019 was the first group to make it to perform very well. at Tsonkwe Senior Secondary School. So it should keep up the spirit. We need that. It should continue to support us.
EduVision aspires to ensure that equal opportunity is offered to every learner in rural areas to tap into his or her own potential while working in an environment which views disadvantages not as obstacles but as unique attributes that can be regarded as powerful assets when given the proper opportunity. At EduVision, we believe that dreams are the foundation of knowledge and hope always triumphs over experience.
No more problems. Everything is proper. EduVision,
Chikoko, Oshikano, Patura eso ta kongola. Ala kweta yo tire bakala mwarela nu chano ma. Yeso nu wapen. Koko. Yesu so ta kongola. Koko. Yesu so ta kongola. Ngola, Jesus sota kongola.
goes down, I will play